Two major conservative groups backed by billionaires Charles and David Koch. They say now that they will spend millions of dollars to protect House Republicans who vote against the health care bill from the political fallout in their 2018 re-election races. Joining us right now to weigh in is RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. And it's good to see you, Ronna. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
What do you make of the Koch brothers coming out and saying, yeah, let's keep pushing in and digging in and don't vote yes to this health care legislation?
I think it's a little early. Let's see what happens. There's going to be meetings today. The Freedom Caucus is going to the White House. The president is talking to the members. We need to pass this. We need to repeal Obamacare. It's what every Republican ran on this past election. This is a team sport. Republicans need to come together and work in favor of the American people who have been so hurt by the failure of Obamacare.
Yeah, but I mean, you're getting real pushback here, Ron. I mean, what are you going to do? There's no plan B. Every time Paul Ryan has been asked and Sean Spicer has been asked, what's plan B? They say, there's not a plan B. You will come to the table and vote. But you still have the pushback, particularly from the Freedom Caucus.
Well, there's negotiation. There's no plan B, but they're looking at ways to make the bill better and improve it for the American public. And, of course, we're having a discussion. We're having a dialogue. People are representing their constituents. But at the end of the day, Republicans are going to have to come together and deliver for the American people because too many people have lost their insurance, they've lost their doctors, and we need to make a people-centric health care system and return choice back to the patient.
So how come it's being called Obamacare Light then? How come the party did not go back, rip it up, start again, come up with something that is truly a repeal and replace?
Well, there's a recognition that we don't want to have a lapse. You don't want to have people off coverage. We want to have a seamless transition. This isn't easy.
Right.
So
sure.
Republicans have come together and said, we've got to make sure that as we transition to this new health care, we don't leave people out in the cold. And I think they've done a good job working together with the president, with the House, with the Senate, and now they have to come together and deliver. Today's the 7th anniversary of Obamacare. Voters are looking to Republicans right now to make their lives better. Their premiums have gone up. Their deductibles are so high right now that they're actually afraid of their health insurance. We have to improve this. And notice, no Democrats are helping. They know this system is failing, and they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, because they want to interrupt and upset the agenda. Ronna, you know that. I mean, there's been obstructionism going on for a long time here. How much of a worry is it for the party that if this gets busted, the health care legislation does not come to a vote tonight, does not move and have this timeline that you're saying you want to get something out before Easter recess, how much of a worry is it for you that that doesn't happen and then tax reform gets busted up? You know the markets will react immediately if there's a no vote tonight or if there is not a vote tonight.
I'm concerned about it. We have to come together and pass a repeal and replace of Obamacare. It's what we ran on. We need to show the American voters that Republicans are going to deliver on their campaign promises. President Trump is delivering. He is working hard. He's negotiating. He knows. He's been in states like Michigan. He saw how badly people are hurting. This is about putting the people of America first.
But do your members know it? I mean, do the members of the RNC understand how high the stakes are? You keep pushing back. You don't have a yes vote tonight. You don't get this across this finish line. You're going to have more problems in the Senate. Do they get that? And are they going to put all of this on the line and basically say, okay, then the president's entire agenda is in jeopardy?
Well, I think they're going to get to the votes tonight. They're working very hard to make that happen. But if they don't, they're going to keep working through the next couple weeks. We have to get this done. We know it. People are suffering. This is something we ran on. We have to deliver.
Yes. Let me ask you about your counterpart on the DNC side. We had GNC Chairman Tom Perez on just recently, and he, along with Deputy Chairman Keith Ellison, are hitting the road tomorrow. They're kicking off what they're calling the, quote, Democratic Turnaround Tour. This tour starts in Michigan, a state the party lost in 2016 for the first time in nearly 30 years. DNC Chair Tom Perez talked to me about his priorities last week. Here's what he had to say. I want to get your reaction.
Well, we need to make sure we're building a strong party everywhere. We have to redefine our mission from simply electing the President of the United States to working to build strong parties so that we can elect people from the school board to the Senate. When you build strong parties everywhere, when you're helping to recruit good candidates, when you're leading with your values and your actions and out there talking about what Democrats stand for, building a strong middle class, making sure that everybody has that opportunity to realize the American dream, that's how we succeed. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Do you think they're getting it at this point, Ronna? I mean, obviously losing Michigan was a tough thing to swallow for the Democrats, given that they hadn't lost Michigan in 30 years.
Well, it sounds like they're taking a page from the RNC playbook. We've been involved in the states for since 2012, working with the state parties, helping the ticket up and down, recognizing that we need to create a bench so that we can field candidates for future office. In Michigan, we didn't just win for the president. We won our Supreme Court. We won our state house. We won all the local races. And that's from putting together a good ground game, working with your county and your state parties. And the Democrats have fallen behind, and they're trying to play catch-up.
Right.
But we're keeping that momentum. We're working hard. I'm a former state party chair. I know what to do. I know how to help those state parties. And we recognize that they're going to bring everything they can to this midterm to disrupt the president's agenda.
That's right.
And we want to see that. We want to see the president be able to complete his agenda and help the American people.
So
we're going to work just as hard.
Do you hear that kind of sentiment in Michigan? This is your home state. You know, it was all about jobs and the economy, something that the Democrats completely missed during the 2016 election. They were not prioritizing jobs the way Donald Trump was. Are they getting it now? Is the sentiment shifting, and do you feel that in Michigan?
I think Michigan's still solidly behind President Trump. Look at what he's already done. Ford Motor Company's agreed to put $700 million in investment in our state. Dow, GM.
Yeah.
He's pulled out of TPP. Already, President Trump has delivered for Michigan voters and Ohio voters and those Rust Belt states. And we're going to continue to run on the action that's being taken by President Trump to help bring jobs and strengthen the economy in states like Michigan and across this country.
If this agenda, the President Trump agenda, health care repeal and replace, followed by tax reform, followed by infrastructure, if this agenda is not successful by 2018 and those midterms, how many seats do the RNC lose?
I have every confidence that we're going to be successful, so I'm not even going to go there. We're going to keep building upon the successes we've already put in place with deregulation, with this fabulous Supreme Court Justice nomination of Judge Gorsuch, of the push to repeal and replace Obamacare, tax reform, infrastructure. We're going to keep working together. We have to, because it's going to help our country and bring jobs and help the American people.
All right, we will leave it there. Ronna, good to have you on the program this morning. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Ronna McDaniel joining us.